Listen, folks, when I tell you that our pre-record conversations are gems, you just gonna have to take my word for it. We welcome you back to another episode of 15 Good Minutes. Coach B here. We got LB who's in a travel state. He's going to Ghana. Where are you at right now? New York, right?
Yeah, I'm in New York, right across the street from JFK at the moment. Yep.
Welcome. Glad to have you on board, man. Glad you made the call. Freddie, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm good. Just glad someone else has the problems that I have. Sometimes I'm not the only one.
So I got something because I knew LB was going to be out, and I was looking for something different to do today. And it started off in what's called a GOAT conversation, greatest of all time. Then I checked on some stuff that Russillo and Scott Van Pelt did, and they actually suggested that it's better to do what's called a Mount Rushmore conversation. So that's what we're going to do today, and hopefully you're going to learn a little something about the three of us. So I just went to the randomizer, and I got 10 things that you're going to tell me your Mount Rushmore on. Now, as a preface, it's your Mount Rushmore. You ain't got to justify it. You ain't got to sell it. And here's the other thing. If one of these 10 topics you don't have a Mount Rushmore, that's fine too. So I'm not going to do one person. Like, I'm going to put it out there, and then everybody's going to say what their Mount Rushmore is, right? So the first one is the one that gets the most publicity. So I want to get this out the way. Who is your Mount Rushmore for the NBA? And anybody can go whenever you're ready.
Okay, so was that four? I'm picking four people or one, four. So my four would be Michael Jordan, Bill Russell. Then it gets difficult. I'm gonna go with Kareem, and I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Larry Bird, because he's a Boston Celtic.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, I hate Boston.
Yes, so do I. Freddie, your Mount Rushmore for the NBA is?
I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan, of course. I'm gonna go with Kobe Bryant. I'm going to go with. I'm gonna put Steph Curry on there. I'm gonna go with Steph Curry, and I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan.
Clearly, you know who the younger member of the trio is. Mm-hmm. good choices.
And if I could go back, I'm gonna say and a shout out to LeBron.
LeBron got a shout out.
He get a shout out.
Honorable mention.
There you go. You get
I love LeBron, but I don't even have him there. For me, I've got Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, and Shaquille O'Neal. That's my Mount Rushmore for the NBA. Second up, you might want to start on this one, Freddie, but your Mount Rushmore of breakfast foods.
Bacon, and I'll probably say like a good biscuit.
Like the ones we had in Carolina, that kind of good.
No. I'm talking about from Big Mama house. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're going all the way back. I'm with you. Yep, okay. All right, LB, your Mount Rushmore breakfast foods is what?
Breakfast food. For mine is grits, pancakes, crispy bacon. Gotta be crispy. I don't need my bacon wilty and stuff. It gotta be crispy. And I'm gonna have to go with Big Mama's biscuits too. I like a good biscuit. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. I went with scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, link sausage, and pancakes. My
sausage. See, the links get me with the casing. The casing part of the link sausage is what gets me.
Yeah, it's a skill set, no doubt.
Yeah,
it's something I got to put up with.
It's a condom sausage,
right? Your Mount Rushmore of actors. It can be an actor or an actress. One category, actors. Who's your Mount Rushmore actors?
Samuel L. Jackson. Well, so he's not an actor per se, but he's a director of movies. So can he fit in that category?
This is your Mount Rushmore, brother.
Okay, Quentin Tarantino. I'm trying to think of some female actors. I can't think of nobody. I'm stuck.
Freddie, you got who you got on yours?
Samuel L. Jackson. I'm gonna go with, and I think he's never gotten enough credit, Samuel L. Jackson, as well as Eddie Murphy as an actor. The actresses, I'm gonna go try to go with two male, two female actresses. I'm gonna go with Angela Bassett, love her, and Lynn Whitfield.
Okay,
Okay.
all good
Yep.
choices. All good choices. And that's the thing that makes this kind of thing tough because you could immediately go into your next Mount Rushmore and your next Mount Rush and your next one. You know what I mean? Because there's so many great ones. I went with Denzel Washington, Al Pacino, Tom Hanks, and Robert De Niro. Sorry about this, Freddie, but we're going another food category. Your Mount Rushmore of leftovers.
I would say fried chicken, pizza, uh, spaghetti, any type of pasta, and you know, bacon.
I see a theme with you. LB, what do you got for leftovers?
For my leftovers, jerk chicken, because it gets better every day. It sits in the refrigerator. He's right with the pasta, spaghetti, lasagna, anything like that is always good leftover. Sweet potatoes, candy sweet potatoes, Don't sleep on them. Leave them in the refrigerator a couple of days. That all that sugar and stuff get up in there, man. That's a macaroni and cheese.
Okay, those are good choices. I had chili, lasagna, soup, and cake. Cake is a food group to me, so I'm not that I'm justifying it. I'm just saying it's a good leftover. Next category at number 5 now. Your Mount Rushmore of a musical, band, or group.
Ooh, Steely Dan, for sure. George Duke. Ray Charles. I put Ray Charles on there. And I'm going to go with Prince. No. I take that back. I'm taking Prince off and I'm putting Jill Scott.
That's what the Mount Rushmore do to you. Freddie, who you got for Mount Rushmore bands or groups?
Bands or artists? Bands, artists, or groups, or out of that?
All of that.
Anybody that is not a rapper.
Okay. I thought if you were going to say groups, I was going to say the Jackson 5. But we only know there's only one that anybody paid attention to. So I'm going to say
the Jackson 1.
Why you hating on Marlon and them, man?
Well, you the one said it could be anybody. You said group. I was going to say the Jackson 5. All right. But
they don't give me attention.
I can say Michael Jackson, Prince, R. Kelly. Just being real, and David Ruffin.
Okay, that one threw me.
I love David Ruffin.
That's fair. I'm gonna go with Earth, Wind, and Fire, Maze.
Oh yeah, shit! I didn't think about that.
Average White Band, and Al Jarreau. And when Al Jarreau came here, he always had a major orchestra with him, so it was always somebody different. So today that would be my Mount Rushmore there. All right, here's one category number 6. Your Mount Rushmore of movies.
Pulp Fiction. Wow. Then after that, I'm lost.
You always jump right out. You say, "Oh, man."
I know, but that's my movie. That's one of the movies I've watched probably 10, 12 times. I watched the other night the Magnificent Seven, the original and a remake. I like those movies. Jaws, the original Jaws, in my 13-year-old mind, and because now it ain't the same, but back then it was it. Uh, I'm gonna go with a horror movie, and I'm gonna go with the original Night of the Living Dead when I was like
Oh,
9, 10 years
classic,
old.
classic,
Yeah, there you
classic.
go.
Very
That's
good.
mine. Yep.
Freddie, 4 movies on your Mount Rushmore.
I'm gonna say Titanic because
Okay.
I could watch Titanic all day, and I keep hoping that Jack lives, but he don't. You know, I keep hoping that there's gonna be director's edition, in the director's cut to where he truly lives, but he doesn't. So Titanic. I was gonna say Pulp Fiction, but since LB said that, I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna go with uh, it's a Samuel L. Jackson movie, The Negotiator. Love The Negotiator.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Reservoir Dogs. Love that.
Yes. Yep.
And I would say it's like a toss up between Scarface and Carlito's Way. It's hard for me to choose.
It's a nice toss up. That's a nice toss up.
Yeah.
I'll give you that split. I'll give you that split. That's good done. Good stuff done, man. I've got Godfather 2, the second one.
The second one. Okay.
I think that was amazing. Shawshank Redemption, Malcolm X, and It's a Wonderful Life, because I watch that every Christmas with Jimmy
That's the
Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart guy. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Here's one for you. Your Mount Rushmore of comedians.
Let me go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, stand up. What's his name? He's dead. I can't.
Bernie
I'm
Mac?
trying to think his name. No, Bernie, and not that.
You talking about the other guy? House Party.
Patrice O'Neill.
Freddie, your Mount Rushmore of comedians. Who you got?
But Eddie Murphy, Red Fox. I'm gonna go with Martin Lawrence. And little short.
Cat Williams. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you was Cat Williams. They both were short.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Kevin.
Kevin Hart.
All right.
Okay.
That's fair. I got some of the ones you guys mentioned: Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, and Seinfeld. All right, you're a Mount Rushmore of rappers. You ain't jump right out there. Who you got, LB?
Yeah, Fonte. He's with for those who don't know, Fonte is part of Little Brother, the group Little Brother. Black Thought with you know what I'm talking about, The Roots. CL Smooth. I'm at a loss after that. Yeah.
You got a 3-headed Mount Rushmore. That's all right.
Yeah.
Freddie, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane.
Old school. Okay.
I'm gonna go with him, and I'm going to go with Nas. Jay-Z, Tupac,
Got you.
Big Daddy Kane, Nas.
I
got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Nas.
For me, I got Tupac, Jay-Z, Biggie, and Lil Wayne. Next to the last category, your Mount Rushmore of TV shows.
I'm going. Archer is one of my favorites. Sopranos was one. The Wire, and honestly, I watch a lot of Family Guy.
Freddie, your TV shows.
LB, since you said Sopranos, I'm not gonna list that was gonna be on my list, but
Okay.
I'm gonna, since you already said it, to my own ignorance, I didn't realize how funny this show was. Blackish. I love Blackish.
Okay.
Blackish is hilarious. I'm gonna say Good Times. What's Happening? And I'm gonna go with the Cosby Show.
Cosby's okay.
Yeah, and I struggled with this one because, to your point, Freddie, I could have stayed in that era. It was very significant to my upbringing. You know, that stuff that came out then, whether it was Sanford and Son and George Jefferson, things like that. But I went more the way that LB did, and I got The Wire, Sopranos, Game of Thrones, and King of Queens. I really like King of Queens. That show to me represented every man. Every now and again, I would see something, I'd be like, I could be there with them, and they just felt like regular people.
Yeah.
Last category. Now, LB, you probably ain't gonna be able to read this, but I'm telling you, this is what it says. You understand what I'm saying, right? Last category. Your Mount Rushmore of the 4 worst places to take a dump.
Ooh, okay. A porta potty.
Oh, yeah, that is nasty.
Yeah, porta potty.
Only if you get there first after they clean it.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, porta potty. Number 2 is in your pants. I have expressed with that one. And a phone booth.
Ooh, you went way back.
I'm still exist.
Right, you gotta search hard, but they still there. Maybe a stadium. Having to go in a stadium. Ugh.
I like that choice, Freddie. Freddie, your top 4 places where you don't want to take a dump.
On an airplane.
Okay.
On an airplane.
The house of your date, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Male or
you gotta hold that. You gotta hold that, man.
Because you know it ain't going down tonight.
Come out the room. Who's in the room?
I would say at work, and I have no experience, but I would say probably in jail.
Yeah, that's you bring up a good point there. I hadn't thought about that one. For me, it was kind of like you said, Freddie. Someone else's house, not just your girls, but you someone else's house. You know, come on, man. Coach Howard, come on, man. Coach, calling you out. Airplanes, or basically what I was thinking of was planes, trains, or automobiles. Really,
or a bus. Ooh, a bus.
A bus,
man.
Correct. At the beach. At the beach came up for me. I'm like, nah. And then to LB's point, stadiums.
Now, is the beach like in the water or
no?
Sitting on the sand.
It's like the if you think about, like, say, I'll say Sandals, for example. When you go to the beach, the bathrooms that are closest to that are quite small.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and it's like you're here, the guy coming in at the urinal is right there.
Yeah, next to
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but here's the point, LB. At that place, just pick up your stuff and go back to the suite. Yeah. You at the beach anyway. That was pretty cool. Are you back at this time next week, LB? Were we looking for you? Or you
no, I'll be in Ghana. So yeah, y'all will miss me next week.
All right. So we won't have LB on, but maybe Mr. Wonderfully Excellent, we'll be back.
Yeah, hopefully
golfing in the Pacific.
Yeah, keep hope alive.
Before we go, let me see if the fellas have something to say. I'm going to start with LB today.
Right, because Freddie don't get a turn because he took all of it last week.
What you got to say, man?
Yeah. So as many of you know, I'm retired, so most days I don't get out the bed. Let me rephrase it. I don't come downstairs until about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time I'm up and about. So I came downstairs the other morning. I turned on ESPN because I wanted to see the highlights of all the basketball and the baseball from the night before. Couldn't find it because why? Stephen A. Smith has all these channels. They got 3 channels. ESPN does. He's on one of them. Then they got some other nonsense shows that are running on the ESPN2 and ESPN News. So there is no Sports Center running after 10 a.m. They don't come back on again, I think, until noon or 1 o'clock or something like that. So I'm a little disgusted with that. You got 3 channels. Run some more Sports Center for those people who get up a little bit later. And then I did this because I don't like Stephen A. Smith off the break, right? So when I see this, and him yapping and screaming and hollering. So I sent an impromptu survey out on a text chain that I'm on with a bunch of guys I play golf with. Well, we call it the golfer crew, but I don't play that much golf anymore. But still, that's beside the point. But I sent this text message out and I say, hey, I'm trying to watch SportsCenter. It's not on. All I see is Stephen A. Smith screaming and hollering. Then I said, well, who on here is a fan of Stephen A. Smith? I did not get one vote positive for Stephen A. Smith. So my point to ESPN is one, take that fool off of there or put him on ESPN2 and run some more highlights and stuff. ESPN came to us back in the day as a sports highlight show. The whole channel was about highlights and feeding us what happened yesterday, who broke this record, all that kind of stuff. That's what I want to see when I get up at 10 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. ESPN, get it right and get that fool off of the TV.
I think that they have enough channels, LB, that whatever the most recent Sports Center was should be running all the time. You know what I mean? And so maybe they start
in the evening.
Right. Yeah. And then at maybe noon-ish or so, they start doing live ones. But yeah, and see, my whole thing, that could be a whole topic of a whole show, and Freddie knows this, man. It's like he takes, Vern told me that these are called hot takes. I didn't know that's what the term was. But I feel like Steven takes whatever the angle is to force the hot take, to force people to get angry and upset so that he has engagement, which equals, commercial dollars for the network. So they put him on because people, I don't think they like to see people getting upset with him, but they like the engagement that has come from that, So yeah, I agree with that 100%. Freddie, you got something to say?
LB's thoughts regarding Stephen A. Smith are his own thoughts, and they are not reflective of the first thing.
We got one. You got a homer.
No, I'm joking. I understand what he's saying. I totally get it. Yeah, I feel you. But hey, you got a television in your room?
In my bedroom, no.
Well, you need to tighten up, get one in there. I mean,
no, man.
The bedroom got two purposes, and watching TV ain't one of them.
Okay. The boom room.
I got something to say. Is just I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna say Shannon.
Ooh. Yeah.
What? I'm just going Shannon. Yeah. We don't have enough time for me to say what I'm thinking, so I'm just going to say that it is something that's on my mind, and I'm like, damn. But
Yep.
So there you have it.
Just say he gonna learn. He gonna learn one of these days. If you don't learn, if this one don't teach him, I don't know what else will.
Thank you.
Shannon, live your life.
We always got the one.
Well, he better stay on ESPN so he can get that money to keep paying these women off.
Ooh, man. LB, safe travel. Have some fun, man. Get some good pictures. You guys have a blast out there, man. Good to see you going to Africa. Me and Freddie hold it down in your absence. To the audience, thank you guys as always for rocking with us. We really do appreciate you taking the time to hang with the fellas. Until next week, we're out.